Hello students, good morning. Today we will study romantic ace. What is romantic ace in English literature? Actually, in English literature, we study about William Wordsworth, who is known as the priest of nature. In other words, we can say he is the worshipper of nature, a person who brought a great change in the whole world by writing his poetry, by writing his literature. So this age was fully covered with Wordsworthian notions. As in India from 1914 to 1947. In India, 1914 to 1947, this period is known as Gandhiism because Gandhiji was instrumental in all movements, in all type of changes, whether that were political, social, economical. Likely that William Wordsworth, who was the creator and founder of Romanticism in English literature, throughout the world he has written a great literature. William Wordsworth, who was totally influenced by French Revolution in 1789. What happened in 1789? It was very crucial moment in English literature, in the history of English literature. Because in this period, the whole world was in an anxiety, in tension, in worries. So, what happened? The people were busy in collecting materialistic goods. All the goods that can help him to make their life luxury. It was the only aim of the persons at that time. So what were the results of this tendency? There was French Revolution in 1789. Due to the collection of materialistic goods. So William Wordsworth thought that if there is any notion which can turn the whole world, that is only the spiritualistic teaching. To the spiritualism, it is only the spiritualism that can bring a peace and pleasure in the whole world. So William Wordsworth's poetry is very important because of naturality. It is said about William Shakespeare that his poetry, his notion, his concept behind the poetry is, what does he say? Spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings that is recollected in tranquility of heart and mind. What does it mean? Means poetry is not the collection of words that are selected from the dictionary. Diction is not selected and collected from the dictionary, but diction, words, automatically comes in the mind of the poet when he starts writing poetry. This is the great criticism behind the writings of William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth, who is known as the priest of nature and worshipper of nature. Time and again we study him because he brought a revolutionary change. He turned towards the nature and says that it is only the nature which can provide us everlasting soothing effect of our mind and heart. All worldly people that we have around us, They may deceive us, they may defeat us, they may betray us at any time, but it is only the nature which is friendly and familiar forever with us. Same idea William Wordsworth put in her sister while advising her that Dorothy, you know that this word is deceptive. This word is betraying you. So never come close in the worldly people. If you want to have the true love, if you want to love, then you are to come near the elements and objects of nature. This is the nature which works as a formation of our life. We can think when we were in childhood. In the beginning of the formative years, our parents were our teacher. They taught us how to live, how to talk, how to walk, how to meet. But after some time, we come close to nature. It is the nature which provides us everlasting soothing effect of our mind and heart and makes our life, fulfill our life. Our own formative years are prepared by the nature. How every child, any child who lives in the nature, he feels tranquility of heart and peace of mind. These are the qualities, these are the virtues of nature, that nature itself fulfill all the things in their neighborings without classification, without any discrimination. Nature treats everyone equally. Nature treats everyone by accepting equally to all. There is no discrimination. There is no classification in the nature. So nature has a distinctive quality. Nature has supreme quality in the whole world. If you want to be the follower of nature, then we must try to spend maximum time with nature. After going through the literature, you will read William Wordsworth, who started writing poetry, who started writing lyrical ballads in 1798 with his friend, his name S.T. Coleridge. It was a collaborative venture in English literature. So both they have tried to compose such kind of poetries, such kind of literature which can turn the people, which can provide the people healing of their mind and heart. So nature brings a lot of happinesses in our life. Nature never deceive, never defeat, never betray anyone. Nature treats equally. Nature works like a doctor. How? When we become a patient, then nature treats us. In her presence, it shows its tenderness, it shows its mercy, it shows its grace, it shows its blessings. So nature works like a doctor. Second role of nature is, nature also works like a teacher. Sometimes we are deflected from our path. Sometimes we are not getting the righteous path of our life. Then nature works like a teacher to show the path. Not only these are the roles of nature, but nature also guides us at every step of life, at every turn of life. When we want any kind of suggestion, any kind of direction, any kind of position, any kind of suggestion, then it is in the nature that nature tells us, nature guides us and directs us equally, without any discrimination, without any classification. Nature treats us equally. So what are the basic elements of nature? That are air, fire, soil, sky and water. These are the 5 basic elements of the nature by which our human body is composed. These are the 5 elements of nature by which our human body is made. So these are the creators of the world, and as well these are the destroyers of the world. Nobody can challenge the nature. When nature has the power of creating the things, then nobody can interrupt. If at any time will try, if anyone tries to interrupt the nature, if anyone tries to create the obstacle in the nature, then nature brings a very dangerous results for us. How? In the form of drought, in the form of cyclone, in the form of epidemics, in the form of heavy rainfall. So there are many furious forms of the nature that brings devastation, that becomes natural calamity, that becomes natural disaster for our life. But how we can tackle the nature? We cannot handle the nature. We cannot tackle the nature. Nature is our controller. Man is not the controller of nature. Now, in present scenario, what epidemics is in the world which has become unchallengeable? Why? Because nature is supreme. Man is slave of nature. Nature controls us. Nature drives us according to its own style, its own way. Then we are to forgive. We are to say sorry to nature. Why do we say sorry to nature? Because of the supremacy of nature. Nature is supreme. Nature is the greatest thing in the world. So man should not have any kind of ego in his mind, any kind of skill, any kind of standard, any kind of mode. If a man has, then it is due to nature. We read this thing in the Bible. Our Bible has been the evidence. Our holy scripture, in all the holy scriptures of the world, our Hindu mythology also claims that we cannot challenge the nature. Whatsoever nature say, we are to accept her. We are to accept that. If we do not accept, then nature has power to make us compelled to follow the nature. It's the supremacy of nature. So nature is the greatest ruler in the world. All the changes that comes in the nature, a man has power to bear the nature. If man becomes unbearable and becomes unfavorable against nature, then nature brings its furious storms, and it creates fear, it creates pity in the minds of the people, while by bringing tragedies in life. There are so many tragedies that happen due to mishandling of the nature, due to misbehaving with nature. So nature cannot be controlled. How? We can take the example of water. We cannot control on water by putting some water in the pitcher. because nature has its own tendency to flow freely. Nature is in full of freedom. We cannot control the air in any specific room. So there are many elements of nature which are uncontrolled, which have become uncontrolled. In this situation, how man can handle all kind of hindrances, obstacles and problems of the atmosphere and environment? There is only the way to be kind with nature. It is only the way to be kind with nature. It is only the way to be human being and have humanistic approach with nature. If man is not man, if man is not working manly, then he has to face a lot of problems in the future. So, same thing you will read in the literature of William Wordsworth, that he has selected in Romanticism. He puts a number of examples from the different elements of nature, like mountains, clouds, and twinkling stars in the universe. There are many changes we see in the nature, and William Wordsworth tried to compose all the changes in the nature through his words, spontaneous overflow of their words. He composed, he expressed, he displayed through his thought, but nobody can challenge the nature. William Wordsworth, who is known as the worshipper and priest of nature. So there is the right evaluation, examination, observation of the people that William Wordsworth is the worshipper of nature, he is the priest of nature. Nature guides us, nature treats us, nature supervises us, nature directs us, nature is supreme. Thank you.